Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome! It is time for more World of Darkness, Vampire the Masquerade. I'm your DM, Kelvin, and for the party today, we have quite a house indeed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people. 10 people, yep, very good. So we've got a nice complement here. We have joining us, Binwealth, Alejandro, who's got the stupidest pog ever, and I'm halfway considering kicking him for it, John McAoda, Joshua Brown, Keckletron, Lexi, Malik Wormwood, Scott Black, Tyron, and Wolven. Unfortunately, Tyron, I'm gonna have to mark down on your sheet what you just did in the hunting phase. Notes. Masquerade Violations 1. Before we begin each session, each player is of course allowed to hunt. Unfortunately, Tyron, he hunted when he was hungry and lost control of himself. Couldn't help it, and then he proceeded to eat about 6 people. Oh yeah, Tyron has to roll humanity for his slaughter. Let's see if he pulls out of it against difficulty 9. Tyron, please make a conscience roll. I forgot, you, yeah, 9 difficulty. Yeah, murder is, murder is bad. Murdering innocents is bad. Ooh, Tyron unfortunately loses a point of humanity for his, club slaughter. The good news for you, Tyron, there is no good news. You are at such a low level of humanity that you no longer have to roll humanity if you murder someone. That's the good news. The bad news, all of your self-control checks to avoid frenzy and courage checks to avoid rot shrek must now be rolled at a higher difficulty. You are getting closer to the beast. Be careful about that. I would also like to remind the players that should they reach humanity of 0, they lose control of their characters. Yeah, he got away from the cops. Maybe. We should check to see if Tyron got away from the cops. It is now time for some dexterity and subterfuge. And actually stealth. Subterfuge. Dexterity, subterfuge. Show me 4 dice, Tyron. Yeah, you're away from the cops, easy. In the back alleys. It appears we've had some unnamed guest join the party. The least he could do is put a friggin' name on his token. Yes, they turn into what is known as a white at 0 humanity. Also, yeah, could you please use OOC chat? It's starting to get annoying. Hold Alt when you hit Enter, and you will type in OOC chat. It allows me to properly differentiate things between what your character is actually saying and what you are saying. Yeah, you got here too late to make a new character. Or at least get my help for it. Anyway, so it's time that we begin. So, let's see. Today's quests. Dead Rising can actually just be removed. Wanted Rogue Caitiff was also removed. So you guys have 4 available quests today. All Eyes on You, Assassination Police, Cooking Books, and another Wanted quest. The Prince appears to be recruiting, recruiting people for various jobs. God damn it. Maybe someday he'll remember to use Alt. Maybe someday. Alright. So, here's how you can vote. In order to vote which quest you want to do, guys, all you have to simply do is open that quest and none of the other ones. That will effectively cast your vote, as I can see who's looking at what quest. Sure, you can vote multiple times if you wish, but, you know, whichever quest has the most people viewing it, in 10 seconds, will be the quest that the party partakes in. Alright, the vote is in. By a vote of 6 to 3, we do Assassination Police. Assassination Police. Some police officers have ignored multiple warnings and are trying to reopen a case about a rather problematic murder. It might be Tyron's murders. Who knows? In the interest of the Masquerade, they cannot be allowed to continue work. In addition, I want a clear message sent to the rest of the force and any others who might step out of line. Objective: the police are having a gathering to celebrate the capture of a recent serial killer at a small bar. Eliminate the targets. Doing it there will help ensure the message will be sent. While I don't care if you end up killing others, I shouldn't have to tell you why fighting dozens of cops might not end well. Discretion is advised. So, let's see. I can stop sharing that map and head over to... there. You should now all have the map of the bar opened up. Alright, everyone. Let's, get tokens in here. Shall we? It's only a, short travel. Luckily, it's a downtown bar. So, you walk into the bar. It's fairly casual. It's actually not too busy. You can see several dozen police officers sitting near the bar and a small group of people hanging out in one of the booths. Beyond that, the bar appears to be mostly abandoned, beyond the bartender. Map hasn't loaded yet? Alright, please stand by. The map will eventually load. Alright. Joshua Brown looks for cameras. I'm going to want to see a perception alertness check. Because there might be some smaller cameras in not obvious places. A 9. That's pretty acceptable. Well, congratulations. You do happen to spot that there is a security camera overhead the bar. Just a small little half sphere. You couldn't tell which way it's pointing or what it's looking at. But you can guess it's probably looking at the bar. Oh, Wolven, I didn't put you down. Whoops. Sorry. You've arrived at the bar at 10 p.m. Now, if you guys don't like the situation, okay, I should mention, the blue pogs are police officers. The two almost vampire hunter-looking pogs are your targets. Well, if people could also stop moving other pogs, that would be great. Okay. Can you please stop moving other pogs? Last warning. This includes rotating them. There we go. Alright. Alright. Make an intelligence and tech roll then, please. You, unfortunately, aren't seeing much on that. You know that there's a wire that probably goes somewhere. You can tell it's CCTV, so you could probably disable it somewhere on the premise, but you can't guess much beyond that. Alright, Lexi, you're just right out the bat gonna take a thing. This is a good job. Everyone else should probably grab a seat or something. You know? Everyone just sort of get into your groups, grab a seat. Find a way to sit down. Lexi looks like she'll be taking the lead on this one. So, Lexi, I'm going to want to see appearance and subterfuge, please. Pretty good, pretty good. You waggle around your chesticles just a bit. And in a matter of no time, what do you want to do with him? Like, what are you trying to ask him? Very good. You know, you talk about how you love a man in uniform. It doesn't take long before you invite him outside for a bit more of a intimate encounter. And let's see how he fares against you. Let's see if he can see through you. Maybe he can. Alright. I'm going to want to see another appearance and subterfuge roll from you. Luckily, you don't have much to beat right now. Yeah, you've definitely got him wrapped around your finger. So, Lexi manages to seduce a cop. And bring him outside, actually. And his buddy's over there. Whoops. Why the fuck are you guys moving your fucking pogs outside? Don't do that. You guys can't even see the pogs if it's in the shadows. Alright, so Lexi and the police officer walk into an alleyway. As for the two people waiting outside, I suppose you could follow it, but I'm going to need, for anyone outside following it, that means Scott and Cackletron, I'm going to need to see some shadowing checks out of you guys. For those of you who don't know, you can find shadowing on your character sheet, under physical feats. You can roll your highest. Cackle, are you going to follow her into the alleyway, in secret? Yes or no? Cackletron is confused. He hurt himself in his confusion. No. Alright, let's hope Cackle doesn't get seen. Here's the problem with stealth missions. If you bring too many people, things can get tricky, because there's a lot more rules and a lot more things that can go wrong. Yes, you rolled. So let's see what the cop rolls here. Perception, alertness. Oh damn, the cop sees the both of you. Yeah, fail at shadowing. Alright, the cop pushes Lexi behind him and says, "Hey, what the hell are you guys doing?" As you guys walk down the alley after him. He places his hand on his gun, still in his holster, and says, "Listen, you guys, turn around and just walk away. Nobody has to get hurt here. Understood?" At this point, I would like to remind Lexi that in the advent of emergency, her shadow fog power also tends to block noise. It would mean that if somebody happened to fire a gun within it, that nobody in the bar would hear. Alright, looks like Lexi just goes shadow fog on him in a dark alleyway. That's perfectly acceptable. The man starts to... Actually, wait, fuck, what is the roll for that? I forget. Hang on, I need to remember what the roll for that is. Here we are. Shroud of the Night. Please roll manipulation plus occult, Lexi, against a difficulty of 7. Please tell me you have more than that for manipulation plus occult. That's better. Oh dear. Your power failed. Luckily, you're standing behind him, so he doesn't notice anything. That's the good news. So, Scott, Cackle. The cop has asked you to leave the alleyway. What are you guys gonna do? Really don't need the character selection thing up. Alright, Cackle backs off. Scott? I'm pretty certain Scott doesn't have Obfuscate now. Alright, so Lexi, you're now alone in the alleyway with the cop. Yeah, it's a good idea. I shouldn't have to remind you that the bite has a lovely tendency to paralyze people, shall we say. Alright, so, making out with the cop, you probably just want to engage in a kiss, as it's known, in combat tense scenarios. You want to engage in a kiss attack, right? Alright. In that case, roll dexterity plus brawl. Oh dear, you have 1 die. You're not very good at this. Oh, good job. Good job. Yes, very, very good job. So, Lexi, you can also fill back up. Do you just want to drain him dry? Just drain him dry? He is a target. Drain him dry. Alright. After about a minute, the blood just stops flowing. And his body grows cold. See, that's using your noggin. You had the body in dumpster. Good, good. Alright, after cleaning yourself up a bit, licking the wound, you walk back into the bar. And you, join in everyone else. So that took about, we'll say, 5 minutes. Alright. So, since the players can't hear what I'm saying right now, let's see if the other cops noticed her come back in without her partner, shall we? Police officer has a decent perception alertness, so we're gonna see, shall we? Let's see. Should be a mental feat. Oh no, it's not even a feat. Alright. That means I need to roll 4 dice. We'll just roll for them as a group. Oh, only a 7, eh? Alright. Alright. Guess they don't notice anything. At least not yet. Alright, John Masquerade, you have taken an action. You wish to cast Trance, which is Dominate 2, yes? Presence 3, alright. Just double checking on the rules for that. Here we are, Entrancement. Let's see. Storyteller may wish to make a roll instead. This power bends others' emotions, making the vampires willing servants. Due to what these individuals sees true and enduring devotion. Ooh. Yeah, this will work. Alright, entrancement. This works. This is something acceptable. Just walk up to him. Yeah. Alright. Due to the nature of this role, I'm gonna make it in secret. As the gamebook does actually advise me to. What is your appearance and empathy scores? You have a total of 6 dice. Alright. Like I said, I will roll it in secret for you. You aren't allowed to know the results of this. You can never be quite sure how much of a hold you've got over him. So, 60-10, roll. Holy shit. What the fuck's the difficulty on this roll? Difficulty of the target's permanent willpower, so that would be a 7. Jesus Christ. Alright. What do you want to ask of your lovingly awesome new friend that you've made? Alright. Yeah, that's the problem. He doesn't know if anything he's done been caught on camera. Yeah, sure, he's willing to come outside with you. Unfortunately, a few guys insist that they come with him. They're going out for a smoke. Don't get your pog stuck out there. Oh, you just made a new pog. Never mind then. Alright, this is getting interesting. So, it appears John's left the bar with 3 police officers. Alright, you head towards the back looking for the CCTV room. Alright, so what do you do once you're outside, John? The cops are all lighting up their smokes. They all have sidearms, that is correct. Okay, I apparently need to expand the outside area. Hang on. There. So, group of happy people all go outside for a quick smoke. Alright, you walk off down the alleyway. I would like to remind you that while the... Alright. Okay. It's not necessarily love. Alright, well, if you're trying to make him come down the alleyway in the sort of same way that you got Lexi doing it, then I'm gonna require you to at least roll appearance and subterfuge. It's probably only gonna be like a difficulty 4 roll, but I just want to make sure you don't botch completely. He's significantly reduced on willpower to fight it. Yeah. Yeah, 2 successes. He'd be willing to follow you. Subterfuge and appearance. Yeah, that's pretty much seduction in a nutshell. It also appears that, their buddies are keeping an eye on them. They also appear to be looking around, as if though they're expecting somebody else. Alright, John, could you please make a perception... alertness check? Alright, alright. Should probably roll the cops in secret. Let's see if the cops can shadow him. Ooh, they can. Alright. Yeah, he follows you around the corner. He's pretty much entranced. Alright, well, dexterity plus brawl, since this is still a combat tense scenario. Difficulty 6, standard combat. Yeah, more or less. In fact, you know what? You probably don't even have to roll this. So, you can probably just pull it off here. Unfortunately for you, as you start doing so, the 2 cops appear from around the corner and immediately draw their weapons as they start seeing blood going down his neck. Unfortunately, you didn't realize that the cops had shadowed you around the corner. You didn't quite see them. Shroud on the cops? What are you targeting the shroud here on? Alright, you're gonna shroud the cops. That's a perfectly valid thing to do. Please roll manipulation plus occult. Difficulty 7. Alright, you can put a small shroud on them. It's enough, at least. Alright, so a shroud of fog quickly envelops them. And they start coughing. And choking. There are just 2. Cops are about there. You've got a nice shroud of darkness around them. Cackle, can you hear or see anything? Nope. You sure as hell can't hear the cops now. Because they're in a shroud of darkness. It is an AoE effect. Weren't they entranced to? It works on a group. No, not necessarily. A lot of people weren't paying attention to you. You only work to get one guy's attention. Exactly. They were just curious if their buddy was gay or not. They weren't shadowing you for you. They're just like, hang on, is he fucking gay? And they're just like, they were just like there with their cell phone cameras trying to get pictures. They had no intent of actually following you yourself. That's all. No, they can't see you. In fact, they're just sort of wandering around in a cloud. They're just sort of walking forward at this point. You also can't see them. You just see a dark cloud. Alright, you're attacking the cloud. What do you use to attack them? Alright. Knife, go. Don't worry, let Tyron do the killing. He doesn't take humanity anymore for it. Alright, that's a hit. Good job. Roll strength plus 1 damage. So, 3 dice of damage. Alright, you managed to deal a nice little point of lethal damage on him. Nothing major. Unfortunately, you have... whilst they're still a little out of the way... Oh, you have potence. Well, you didn't use it, did you? Hey, I didn't say you used it, so... They do have willpower, yes. They actually have fairly strong willpower. Really? I'm fairly certain you need to activate potence. It's a blood point, isn't it? Oh, no, you just get it. Auto successive activated. Yep, doesn't cost blood. Huh, go figure. Alright, in that case, you deal 2 lethal damage. Alright. And, they continue to suffocate and choke. Alright, I'm going to bring up the combat tracker and add in a couple of caps here. There we go. But yeah, you've unequivocally initiated combat at this point. Oh no, wait. Whoops. You only stabbed one of them. Okay, everyone, please roll your initiatives for this session. Page 3 of your character sheet, just double-click the initiative number. Alright. Joshua Brown, you're currently in the bar. At this point, you do know something is going wrong, though. The initiative is in the combat tracker. If you go to the top right, there's crossed swords. Oh, you mean actual initiative. Page 3 of your character sheet in the top right. Go to page 3 on your character sheet, top right, double click on the 5. There you go. Alright, things might go bad. We'll see. So, John Makeoda. It appears that the cop, due to what he's just seen, has decided to break your entrancement of him. You're right. He is currently being drained. Unfortunately, you can only drain him of 1 point of blood per turn. So, we'll take a full 7 turns to kill him completely. What? I just said... I can see you. How? He has 7 still. Yeah, it'll take 7 turns to kill him. He loses 1 point of health for every point of blood you drain from him. He has a total of 10 in his body. He needs at least 4 to be unconscious. Alright. Four left. Yeah, so 3 till he is KO'd. Yeah, pretty much. You have to drain him for at least a little while. Unfortunately for you, the police officers do manage to stumble out of the cloud and catch their breath. One of the guys got a fucking stab wound on the back of his arm and is pretty pissed. And in his reaction... Yeah, damn Tyron and his impotent cloud. In his reaction of finally getting out of the cloud and being able to find his weapon, he just immediately fires off a few rounds into the ground. Unfortunately, this time outside of the cloud. No, not the guy you're kissing. Other guy. Like the guys who just stumbled out of the cloud. The other two. Yeah, everyone just heard gunshots, by the way. Everybody in the fucking bar just heard gunshots. Yeah, unfortunately, optional combat just became a lot worse. Lexi, what kind of shot are you taking here, Lexi? Oh dear. You do have level 3 Trimerstry, yeah. You could potentially set the front door of the bar on fire. That might slow down the cops' response. If that's what you're talking about. Alright. Alejandro, you wish to invoke Chimerstry 3 to make a illusion, yes? Of fire, definitely a lot of fire in front of the front door. Alright, well it's automatic. You just need to spend a point of willpower and 4 blood. Actually, it'll be 5 blood because you want the fire to produce billowing smoke and all that stuff. You want a real fire. Real looking fire. Even heat. As long as nobody dives into it. And your point of willpower. Okay. So, for everybody everybody, by the way, unfortunately you can't target who this is on. Everybody sees this. The front door is now on fire. The front door of the bar just exploded into a conflagration. This means that everyone who isn't Alejandro needs to make a Rotschreck check. Because of the red fear. Take another shot and roll your courage, everybody. Because he just set the bar on fire. Yes, he set the bar on fire. Alright. That means everyone staves it off for... You two stave it off for at least a turn. Finwelf, Cackle, Ulven. Good. Courage is on page 1. Courage is right on the first page in the bottom right of your character sheet. Good, good. That's actually fine that you roll twice. It's an extended check anyway. Alright, so Joshua, Lexi, Finwelf, and Scott all need to roll again. Because you need a total of 5 successes to stave off Rotschreck completely. Lexi's up to 2 successes, so it's something. Joshua will fall into Rotschreck after 4 turns, unfortunately. You have 4 turns of sane action, however. That's the good news. Scott, you're in the clear. Finwelf, you're at 2 successes. Lexi, you're at 2 successes. Wolven, roll courage by rolling the number of dice in your courage pool. In your case, it's 3. So right-click on the D10 and select the 3, and then roll them. Yes, Cackle, you staved it off. You're fine. You're fine with the fire. Yeah, you still remember the fire you got hit by before. You're not happy. Wolven, you just rolled D12s. You want the D10. Fire's pretty dank. Lexi and Finwolf, however, still need to roll more courage. Alright, Wolven goes into Rot Shrek immediately. Unfortunately. He's unable to withstand it. Unfortunately, all Wolven can do at this point is run away. He's going to run out the fire door at the back and just bolt. As fast as physically possible. He flees the scene. Fire! Fire at the fucking back door! Yeah, you and Finwolf are stuck out here unless you guys are willing to try and walk into the fire. I don't think you guys are brave enough to try that, though. As far as you're concerned, that fire is real. Lexi, Finwolf, you guys are still at risk for Rot Shrek. Can you please roll some more courage? Let's see if you guys can muster the courage to not be scared shitless of this. Finwolf, you will go into Rot Shrek after 2 turns. Lexi, you stave off Rot Shrek. Alright, so turn 1 of combat. The fire alarm is immediately pulled by the bartender. To absolutely no one's surprise. Finwolf, I don't know why you just rolled a d12. Anyway. It's fine, it's fine. Now. So, good news is, everyone's alright, I think. Malik never rolled courage. Malik, you need to roll your courage. You, Alright, roll again. Alright, Malik, you unfortunately will go into Rot Shrek after 1 turn. And have to flee the scene. Alright, so turn 1. Luckily we have initiative already, so that's lovely. Yes, they did make those rolls, Tyron. However, the cops succeeded, unfortunately. I rolled them together. But, yeah. They managed to hang it out. Cops are a bit trickier than your average mortal, unfortunately. That's why you usually don't want to fight them. Unfortunately, you guys have made a tactical mistake. And everything was going so well. You were going to try and trance them too. Oh well, it's too late now. Yeah, Wolven, you just left. You've just left the scene. Bucket fire. You're gone. Alright. So, next up is Malik. Malik, your turn. The stats your wolf has, I don't know. I'll have to get those in a moment. Malik, you run into the Shroud of Night. You are now blind. Unfortunately, that was not the good place to run. Did you just correct my speech? Fuck you, I don't think you get to do that. Oh, good. I was about to say, I was gonna be pissed. Oh dear. Alright. No, you can't see anything. You're unfortunately in the Shroud of Night. Basically, only Tyron can see anything inside of there. So Malik just runs into the Shroud of Night. Luckily, you don't need to breathe, so you're okay, but, you know. Yeah, not the best place to run. Remember, the cops got blinded and started choking in there? And just to add to this effect, you are now in Rot Shrek since you've taken your turn. And you flee the scene, just running off into the street. There. Well, unfortunate. Should have thrown fire at them, yep. The problem is you couldn't see them. It's really a problematic dilemma. Like, Tyron really needs to lower that shroud. Now that it's not on anyone, it's not helping. Alright. Lexi, your turn. You can move it? Really? Huh. I think you could just lower it. It's an action to move it, right? It's definitely an action to move it. Oh, let's see. Yeah, unfortunately John is busy sucking a cop's blood and can't take actions for a little while. He's also the only one who hasn't seen the fire yet, so that works. So, Lexi, get up from your seat, purposely trip to... Unfortunately, Lexi, due to the nature of the emergency, the cops seem to be more interested with just getting everybody out of the bar. Although one of them does come over to help you get up. The cops are telling everyone out through the fire door right now, and everyone appears to be just slowly moving towards the fire door. Just kind of bewildered by the fact that the door just kind of burst into flames. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so Lexi plays the dumb blonde. Wolvin, it is your turn. You have Rot Shrek'd off the map. Cackletron, it is your turn. Yeah, if you're having a real lovely start to your character's career. Fire! And then running away. Unfortunately, several of your rats are wounded. And unable to come right now. After their last encounter. Rats still heal rather quite slowly. Alright, you just want the wolf then? I need to look up the stats for the wolf. Okay, here we are, the bestiary. Here we are, a wolf. Alright, cool. Got wolf stats. That'll be helpful. Now, I really should have gotten us a wolf pog. I really should have gotten us a wolf pog. We're using the horse again. Yep, you've got a Gould wolf. So yes, the wolf force has arrived. I really need to get us a wolf pog. Alright, Cackletron, what else do you want to do? Alright. Tyron, your turn. Lower Shroud, Arms of the Abyss. Good plan, good plan. Alright, you summon 3 dark tentacles. Dun 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 dun. I'm just going to assume you want to put them here. Oh, 2 successes? Okay, whoops. That's fine. Where do you want to put them? You can move them around if you want. I'm just assuming that's where you want them. Wild guess. There's good, yeah. That's what I thought. And attack, alright. I assume you're also going to jump in the fun? Just knife a guy? Alright. In that case, let's do this. Where's my D10? Tentacle 1 proves useless. Tentacle 2 proves significantly more useful. Tentacle 2 deals 3 lethal damage to Police Officer 1. Alright, Tyron, you want a knife? 2 successes, alright. You get to roll strength plus 2 damage. Alright, he falls over. He is incapacitated and unable to fight. He is, however, alive. Alright. Scott Black, it is now your turn. That'll take a few rounds, unfortunately. Alright. Good, glad Finwolf's back, because Finwolf, it's your turn. So, Finwolf, you don't have long before you go into Rot Shrek, so make your turns good, eh? Alright, Finwolf, what do you want to do? Yeah, Officer 1's down right now. He's unconscious. It won't take him long to finish him. You just want knife Officer 2? Alright, go ahead. Please roll dexterity plus melee. Just run over there and knife him. You botched the knife roll. So, in the process of running past Tyron, you hold your arm out epically to give an epic stab. Unfortunately, you clip Tyron. And the knife enters his body. Roll damage on Tyron instead. please roll 4 damage on Tyron. It's strength +1. Tyron, you're free to soak as normal. 3 damage on the board, Tyron. Can you soak it? No, you botched your soak roll. Son. Ouch. You just take 4 lethal damage. You are now unconscious and unable to battle. A botched soak just means an extra point of damage per botch. That's it. Per one. Means you fuck up really badly and, like, drive it more towards your heart. Oh, damn. Yeah, this is bad. This is bad. Police Officer 1 is incapacitated and unable to battle. Police Officer 2's turn. All of Tyron's damage on him currently has been inflicted by friendly fire. That's how bad this is. Those aggravated points of damage was from him having a brazier knocked on him by someone. No, your tentacles do not vanish unless you are in torpor. Luckily, they can still fight. Police Officer 2, confused as fuck as to what the fuck is going on. I'm actually have to make another courage roll for this. He's alright. He's still standing his ground. He's going to shoot into the darkness with his pistol. And he doesn't really hit anything. He just kind of keeps firing into the thing and doesn't manage to hit the tentacle at all. He's just confused as shit and is just firing his gun at this point. He has no idea. And he's going to actually fire a 3-round burst this time into the darkness, since his pistol is capable of that. Whoops, rolled twice. Well, 3 successes. So, the tentacle does take damage, unfortunately. Let's see, it'll deal 3 successes plus 2, so 6. No, never mind, just does no damage. The tentacle just morphs around the bullet and lets it through. Unfortunately, some more rounds are firing, and you hear sirens in the distance. You're inside the bar. Josh, what do you want to do? You just want to sort of flee out the back with everyone else as you all try and pile through the fire door? I'd like to remind you, everyone, you believe this fire is real unless you're Alej. Alejandro is the only one who knows that fire is not real. Oh, alright. So, you're going to do over here. Alright, I'm going to want to see a perception technology. See if you can quickly figure out how to disarm it and spot how to do it. No, you can't. In fact, you botch. Wow. I'm just trying to think, like, how do you botch the... Okay, yeah, you know what? While up on the bar to quickly try and disable the camera, you slip and fall. You just slip and fall and, like, smack your head on the ground and take a point of damage. Just take a point of unbashing soakable. Wait, you were doing it with magic? Oh. You had no chance of that at all. And you probably should have specified that. I thought you were just sort of... Did you? Oh. In that case, I apologize. How... Okay, yeah, you spot what you think is a wire. Yeah, okay. Try and pull the wire out. By using the spell. Okay, good news. You believe that you've successfully disabled the camera in the bar. Nope. You successfully disabled the camera. Yep. You totally have disabled the camera. Oh dear. Yes. The camera. Yes, the camera is definitely disabled now. Definitely. Alright. Yeah, you can save the try and get into the CCTV. Sure, why not? Alejandro, you're just sitting there smoking at a table while a roaring fire rages behind you that nobody else knows is a fake thing, and everyone else is just fleeing from the bar. You just want to walk out through the front door and help them? Like, those guys out in the front are fucking sucking ass. Yeah, alright. To your surprise, Gaggletron, Alejandro just walks through the fire. You are thoroughly confused. Not likely, no, unfortunately. You're all rushing towards the fire door. It's in the opposite direction. He can easily sneak out. And this is, by the way, why Ravnos are fucking awesome. For anyone wondering, this is why Ravnos are awesome. Does it break your illusion? No, but you can definitely try and walk through the fire now. You definitely know there's something wrong about it. It's not necessarily a real fire. Anyway. So, what do you want to do about, you know, the cops? Do you want to do anything about them? Alejandro can just tell him, yeah, it's just an illusion. Alright. Okay. Come on, come on. Alright, that'll cost another 5... Actually, if everyone remains relatively motionless, that's possible, yeah, sure. Alright. Stay still, everyone, yeah. If everyone remains relatively motionless, you'll all be invisible right now. Assuming no one bumps into you. Alright, that only costs a point of willpower to do. However, unless it'll cost more if you want to make everyone also silent to the cops, so that way you could perhaps speak. What do you want to do? Just invisibility or silence as well? Silence as well? Alright, so you have to invoke a level 2. Why the hell are so many references to Chimerastery before actual Chimerastery appears in the damn Disciplines chapter? So yeah, you will need to use Fata Morgana. You will have to spend a point of willpower and blood. Yeah, just 1 blood, 1 willpower. Yep. Alright, everyone who remains still is now invisible. And cannot be heard. This includes everyone in the bar as well. You all just sort of disappear. I'm just assuming he's targeting everybody. You can do that. No, just the people outside? Alright, everyone outside who remains still is now invisible. As long as you do not move, you're visible. And the tiny little twitches that, you know, what's-his-face over there is doing as he gets drained of blood doesn't count as real movement. Alright, you're gonna stop biting for 2 seconds, try and entrance the other cop. Sure. Nah, he's not courageous enough to keep anything. Unfortunately, the shit that he's seeing has finally gotten to him. He resists your entrancement, not so much by resisting it, so much as not having enough courage to stand and fight anymore, and just runs for his life. And he just starts bolting. You don't really get his attention. Yeah, he loves you, but he's also more afraid of shadow tentacles than he does love you. Shadow tentacles to your average mortal are not something to be taken lightly. The Eldritch and the Obscene, unfortunately, will overpower it. Oh, no, wait. The shadow tentacles are invisible. Shit, never mind. Ignore that. He didn't even need to. Unfortunately, though, you also can't entrance him because you're invisible. Terribly sorry. I've screwed that up. Shadow tentacles are invisible. He doesn't need to roll to be courage. Oh, you move? Okay. So you appear visible to him and try and entrance him. Yeah, okay, that actually does work then. Very good. Carry on. Roll. Appearance plus empathy. It's the target's permanent willpower. Roll against your... Oh, right. I have to roll it for you. Oh. Oh, dear. Unfortunately, that's not going to be good enough. I was going to say the difficulty was 8. So, that's actually a botch. It's against the target's permanent willpower. Police have a lot of willpower. You will quickly find. These are not necessarily people to be taken lightly. So, unfortunately, that's a botch. He's now immune to your entrancement. So, Malik Wormwood has fled the game. Lexi, do you just want to keep moving towards the fire exit and getting out? Yeah, alright. Wolven has fled. Cackletron. Alright. Your wolf runs around and snaps towards Police Officer 2. Wow, I can't spell bestiary. No, I didn't want to search for bestiary. Bestiary. Alright, your wolf, your wolf has... Wow, wolves are damn good. Alright, 3 successes. Bite and claw for 4 die, so 2. Holy shit, that wolf is doing work. It just did 4 lethal damage. Damn, son. That wolf's doing work. The police officer is now mauled. Which is actually much more correct on the term of the word, because usually mauled refers to biting. Even better. So, the police officer has been literally, and is at the health level, mauled. Yeah. Poor Finwelf. Alright, so Cackle, what do you want to do? Axe is at in. Good luck. You can't soak it, so just gotta deal a bit of damage to him. Roll your dexterity plus melee. That is it's a total of 6 dice right now. Five successes. Alright, so you get to roll a lot. Wow. I'm tempted just to write him off as dead. But I suppose for posterity's sake, please roll your 10 dice. Please roll your 10 dice of damage, sir. Oh. I was tempted just to write him off as dead and not even make you roll. Good thing I made you roll. Good fucking thing I made you roll. Oh god. The police officer falls to the ground after taking the most awesome looking axe ever to the back. Oh my god, that's glorious. Oh. Yeah, you just hit him with the flat accidentally, pretty much. That's basically what you managed to do. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Alright, Tyron. You're more or less unconscious. You can recover, you can spend a point of blood to recover a bit if you want. And then attack with a -5 penalty. Alright, spend a point of blood for healing. Okay. So, tentacles, attack! Hey, luckily so far so good for the tentacles. Tentacle does no damage to the unconscious body. Let's see, so that deals 5. Hey! Police Officer 2 is dead. Slain by the tentacle. Tyron, you have a 5 dice pool penalty. Can you even hit if you did anything? No. You can't even attack. You don't have enough dice. You are incapable of doing anything. I don't actually know if you get 1 die automatically from it. Attacking an unconscious cop. At some point, it just boosts the difficulty. Yeah, alright. Since you're at how many negative dice? 1, 2, 3, 4. You're at -1 dice. I'll make the difficult. You get 1 die rolling against a difficulty of 7. Sure. We'll go with that. That works. Come on, Tyron. Knife him. Knife him. He's unconscious. Why is it difficult? Because Tyron's also horrifically crippled, I would like to remind you. It's like Tyron is so crippled, he can't even stand up. He has to crawl. That is how badly he is. Like, actually trying to finish a guy off here isn't necessarily the easiest thing in the world. Yeah, things were going great up until somebody other than Lexi did something. Alright. Finwelf. I'm moving you ahead of Scott Black. Just because I want to see you do this. And Scott Black's in the bar right now. Let's do this. All you have to do is deal 1 damage to him, and don't hit Tyrant. Please don't hit Tyrant. Well, he's hit so far. Can he do point of damage? Finwolf, you get to roll your strength +2 now. That's 5 dice of damage. Plus you have potence. So, actually no, potence just means you, unless he manages to fuck it up. Alright, you deal 6 damage. Overkill, but it works. The police officer is killed. And I'm just going to assume Tyrant disperses the tentacles. Yeah, there is a total of 20 points of blood to be had, but you guys don't have much time. You guys could potentially recover. Can you grab the bodies? I guess. Alright, Finwolf. Yeah, Finwolf, you only get 1 session of feeding, so, you can refill to full. That's it. Finwolf, you are generation what? Ooh. You're generation 12, okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, Finwolf can take 3 points from the body. And Tyron, you crawl your way over and start draining from the other body. Wounded get first pick. 1, 2. Tyron gets 2. Alright, so everyone, I'm going to need stamina athletics checks. And somebody's going to have to carry Tyron. At least for 1 turn. Tyron, you can move at half speed if you use a point of blood. No, the battle's over at this point. It's everyone's just getting the fuck out. Stamina athletics. This is for getting the fuck out, by the way. So far, so good. Yep. Good. You're carrying Tyron. Okay. Yeah, you have 6 successes. You can carry Tyron and just bolt. Yeah, 6 dice for you. Looks like everyone might just escape the cops without problem. No, you're rolling. You'll eventually get outside and have to escape. You cannot carry the bodies. Actually, you can carry 1 body. Yeah, you'll probably heal up. Well, you can. You are rolling stamina athletics. You are trying to run as fast as you can to get away from the cops, Lexi. Before they start asking too many questions. Oh dear. Fortunate for Lexi. So, everybody but Lexi will manage to escape the scene of the crime. You can use blood to boost stamina. Yeah, you can 1 for 1 point, just you know. So you can expend 3 blood to heal up. Alright, if you want to use blood to boost stamina, you get an extra die to roll. Unfortunately, that isn't changing your situation. Actually, no, you can't boost your stamina. Your stamina's already 5. You can't boost above that. So, you get to keep your blood point. Wasn't going to help you. You can't boost above 5. You cannot go above your maximum. Set out by your generation. No matter how much blood you expend. If you happen to go down in generation, then you could. But you need to go down in generation a fair bit before you can... it's based on generation. Alright, so unfortunately Lexi gets caught by a cop and is going to be under questioning. Let's see if Lexi can talk her way out of this. Let Lexi try and talk her way out of this. You know? Alright. So here's the name of the game, Lexi. You're going to be dodging questions. That is, wits and subterfuge. You need to occur 5 successes before the cop questioning you receives 5 successes. Understood? It's a counter-extended roll. Most complicated ever roll we've ever done, probably. So let me pull up a cop here. Yeah, he has to roll manipulation streetwise. Okay. He also gets 3 dice, so it's an even fight. Alright, you're both at 2 successes right now. Roll again. The cop botches back to 0. Lexi, you'll get away from this one. Good That cop botch, though. That cop botch. Alright, Lexi, you managed to get away. They don't believe you're suspicious or complicit in any of the crimes that have happened at this establishment. Good job. You talk your way out of it and do manage to get away in the end. Yep, you're just a drunk blonde. Lexi is your mastermind, everybody. Good job. It was a little messier than we would have liked it, but good job nonetheless. Good job, everybody. Round of applause. I'm trying to both hold the Alt key and clap. Good job. You did well. So, unfortunately, you don't get the stealth bonus. That's the unfortunate part. You did kind of have to fakedly set the diner on fire, among other things. I am pretty certain that alone was enough to cost you your stealth bonus. So everyone gets $100. Ain't that lovely? Yeah, $100 each. Oh, what kind of gun did you get? Oh, yeah, you probably you brought you guys brought 2 bodies back, didn't you? Well, you stole the gun off the guy you drank. You place your money into your inventory. You'll find it on page 6, gear carried. You can just put in... Here, let me... There you are. Or yeah, sure, do that. Whatever. You can store it however you wish, just as long as it's clear of what it is. Yep, 100 buckaroos for everybody. Here's the problem, John. They do wake up, and eventually. And when they do, they remember. You would have had to have killed everybody you controlled. So, controlling everyone, while a decent solution to kill them, and it helps, it's not necessarily a... Yeah, ghoul, that works. But the good news is, the cops now realize that there was a hit out on the people who were working on a rather troubling case for the prince. And he, once again, commands much more loyalty in the police force, under threat of termination, shall we say. Termination from life. Yay, for everybody. Alright. And that's going to be it for today's quest. So, for the people of YouTube, I would like to thank you everybody for watching. Oh wait, we have oh yes, we still have to hand out the EXP. It was difficulty 2, so everyone gets 3 XP base. You get 1 XP for doing a quest, and then you get the difficulty in XP. And now, for bonuses. Alejandro, you did good. I award you a bonus point of XP. when shit went south, you actually managed to crowd control the entire bar. Good job. That was well played on your part. Lexi, you did good. You took out a cop without a single issue. Very good. You did half the mission yourself. So you also get a bonus point of XP. So good job on the both of you. You guys really really did it. Alright, so you guys also looted the cops that you killed, right? So that means we've got loot. Yeah, and I know somebody stole a body, and I'm pretty certain you just looted the third body. Alright, so you guys have found 3 light pistols. Yeah, John looted his body, so you dumped a body. Unfortunately. Lexi didn't loot the body. So that means you've got 2 pistols between you. So, those of you who want to roll... Basically, we're just going to do this World of Warcraft style. Those of you who want to roll need on a weapon, on the weapon in this case, right-click on the die and press the % button. Then you will then proceed to roll a D100. Highest number gets the guns. Or, highest 2 numbers get a gun each. No one needs 2 guns. This is... We're divvying up the loot here. Joshua, do you want a gun? A particular light pistol, in fact. Right-click on the D10, click the % sign, and then roll that. Yes, a light pistol is significantly better than a revolver. Finwelf. Roll a D100 for loot. Right-click on the D10, press the % sign. Unfortunately, no loot for Finwelf. Alright, so, the 2 people who are the lucky recipients of light pistols are Lexi and Joshua. John Mikayoda also got his, since he just jacked one from that. Did your cop have extra ammo? Yeah, the cops all had 3 extra magazines on them, so you'll get that as well. 9mm magazines. It takes 9mm ammo. For anyone confused, I would like to put this one out here as for items. So everyone may record down a light pistol and a 3 9mm magazines. The light pistol does come fully loaded. Any questions? No? Good. I took blood from the corpse. How much did you take? Alejandro, you took 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's enough blood to refill you in it left. Since we took all the corpses. So, you can go right back up to, 11. There you go. Get 11, actually. Lots of people want revolvers. Lexi's free to give it up. Or sell it. She might just sell it. Might be a great business investment to sell it. Anyway. So, with that, folks of YouTube, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been today's quest, and despite things going south, our party pulled through. A very good job all around. So, thank you everybody for watching. This has been your lovely host, Calvin, signing off. Oh god, the dice. Cackle, I swear to god I'm gonna ban you.